Good morning, painty friends. Gretchen Fleener here from paintertainment.com, coming today with another tip at 10. This week I wanted to share some tips around belly painting. I love painting bellies. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love them because I can really focus on a more detailed design. I can take my time a little bit more. The canvas sits much stiller than a child's face. And in the end, I always end up with really cool photos and an awesome memory for the mom to be. So my first tip with belly painting is that I always start out by having the mom standing up. So I'll take a white, usually white or some light colored makeup pencil, and I'll sketch the design out first on her belly while she's standing. The reason I do this is because she will be sitting for 95% of the painting. And of course, if you do it all while she's sitting, then when she stands up for photos at the end, the whole design is going to come out distorted because the belly moves with gravity and when mom moves. So you want to make sure you get all those proportions and lines right from the beginning with a sketch. So I'll have her usually stand up. I'll do a real quick sketch just of the general design, and then I'll have her sit down while I do most of the painting. Another thing to think about when painting pregnant moms is to make sure they have a comfortable chair to sit in. I use a zero gravity chair. It's really great. It's comfortable. It can lounge. You can lounge in it. You can lean back. You can get comfortable, whatever's comfortable for mom in whatever position. But they also fold up. So if I'm going to the mom, I can easily put it in my car and bring it with. I always start out a belly painting with a sketch. I go over the design in detail with the mom and send her a Photoshop rendering, a sketch, or I might even do a miniature painting on the back of a practice head, which is a great round surface, so that she can see exactly what she's getting. She knows what she's paying for, and we can agree on the design before I even start. I also send moms a PDF that has just things to expect and suggests things like wearing comfortable clothing, something you can lift up so that you can get your belly painted and look nice for photos as well. I usually suggest some kind of neutral clothing or something that will go with the design in the end, so those final pictures look great. I even suggest that they bring a friend. Most moms end up coming to me and I paint them in my home. Saves all of us some time and money that way. I do, of course, go to moms as well. But if they come to me, I feel like having them bring a friend just makes them a little more comfortable. They have another person to chat with, and most importantly, that friend can take pictures as well of the whole experience and document that for the mom as well. In addition to a super comfy chair, I always make sure to have some beverages on hand, some bottled water, some snacks, granola bars, just in case she needs a little pick-me-up. And I always make sure she knows that she can change positions whenever she wants. She can stand up and move, stretch. If she's getting uncomfortable, that's my number one priority, is keeping my client comfortable for belly paintings. I also like to aim for no more than 1 hour of painting with bellies. Of course, you could go over, you could go under. I like to keep it at that just because nobody wants to sit in one position for an hour when they're pregnant. So I try to keep it at an hour. Usually that ends up stretching into 2 by the time I set things up and clean up, and I take a few photos at the end. But I usually plan on about an hour of actual painting. That's something, again, that you can talk through with your client. It might depend on the detail level of the design, of course. So make sure to plan that out so she can plan her day as well and not be stressed out about getting to the next thing. And she can really enjoy the whole experience. Another thing I like to do, if you have the ability, is to take a time-lapse video or just take a regular video and speed it up. It's really fun to watch the whole process. I post them on my YouTube channel, Facebook as well, and the moms love to see those as well. Before you share any photos, though, of a pregnant mom on social media, make sure you have permission to share her likeness. I always ask permission to share, and really every time they've been very eager to share their belly design. But I always offer to just crop them out and crop in on just the belly paint design as well if they don't want their face online. I hope these tips are useful for you if you've ever painted a belly, or maybe you haven't done one yet. They can give you a little boost of confidence and a plan of action to get started with your own. If you've painted one or more bellies, I'd love to see them. Share in the comments. Feel free to share your own tips and tricks as well. Thanks so much for stopping by. We'll see you next week at Tuesday for another tip at 10. Happy painting!